Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me make sure my sound settings are correct. If somebody could let me know for YouTube just got to check my sound settings here in mic plus BH. All right, now you guys can hear me. Or maybe you already could. All right, we got 7 eyeballs in here, or 7 people have seen it on Twitter, one or the other. Hope you guys are doing good. Hey, pop any questions that you have in the chat. This is going to be about PulseChain, pTGC, and UFO, the index tokens of PulseChain. If you found this video, if you found this community, and you found this video about the greatest currencies, pTGC and UFO, we're going to talk about them today. And we're going to talk about what they are, why they exist, what do they do, how can you leverage them to perhaps make some gains. And we always start out by looking at the charts. I like to look at the charts. I haven't even taken time to take my shoes off. I haven't taken the time yet today to really, since I've been in my office, to really look at the charts. So let's do that together. All right, if somebody could just let me know that you guys can hear me. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate you, man. Very much. All right, let's have a look. Have a look in a book, as Coach says, right? All right, man. Hey, Bitcoin has been holding steady. Hey, Jeff. Banana. You eating bananas? Dude, guys, I haven't streamed in over a week. So I'm like feeling out of my element. It's different. But we're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. And we're going to get it done because I want to go on a hike. I want to go kill a rattlesnake. Bitcoin's 107,000. Ethereum's 2,400. I mean, like, crypto is right now. But I want to look at this. I want to look at Bitcoin dominance against Ethereum on the monthly, because I think we're going to end the month. Today is June 29th. We got 30 days in June, so we got to close tomorrow in the green. I don't think that's happening. Let's see. Yeah, we'd have to, Ethereum would have to pump. It'd have to pump. Hey, I thought I was doing a measurement here. It's not going to do it. 7% against Bitcoin. It could. I don't think it will, though. Not being pessimistic, but okay, I'm being pessimistic. pTGC. Woo! Now it got to, I haven't checked this in a number of days, like 2 days. That's a number in crypto. It was 11.4. I think it was Saturday morning. It was 11.4. So actually yesterday, where are we at today? We're at 10.8. 10.8. I think, were we at 11.4 yesterday? Let me put this on WPLS. Oh yeah, we were. Yeah, we came down a bit. All right, more than a bit. Let's see. How much did we come down against PulseChain? 6%. Wah. Gonna sell my bags. Just kidding. Don't do that. PulseX is up 4%. Hacks Inc., Teddy Bear, the whole gang, right? Everything's just sideways, man. Sideways. What is going on? Good times. Good times because you can go for a hike, go mow the grass, organize the garage, spend some time with your wife or girlfriend, and just let crypto cook. I think, guys, I'm going to tell you. I can't tell you what I want to tell you, but I think some really good times are around the corner. I'm not going to put my tinfoil hat on in front of you guys, but I think some really good times are around the corner. That's what I have from the people that I follow. I got a little, if you guys aren't using lists on X, make a list of people that you like to listen to on X, and then you can go straight to those people. You don't have to scroll through everybody. I got a list of people, and sometimes when you get a concentrated topic, even in David, and you kind of scroll through and get you get it all at once, it hits you like a train. And I think we got some good times coming in the next. Well, Richard Hart said 30 to 60 days. That was about a week ago. So let's be honest. It's more like 20 to 50 days now. Okay. And the 5th of July is coming up. Good day, Condor. Condor. All right, I'm going to try to say your name. Inkitenden. I bet you're Polish. Condor Inkitenden. Jepsy, what does B-Roots mean in his last week, especially under in summary? I don't understand. What does B-Roots mean in his last tweet, especially under in summary? Let's have a look, guy. That dude, Jeff. I was just reading Richard Hart's latest post and trying to figure out what he's trying to say. Like, why are you tweeting about race cars? Yes, they're cool, but why? So latest tweet is, where is it? The blowout top hasn't happened yet. If you are in a coin that hasn't had massive styled candle, your time is coming. Okay. And we're looking, the keyword is in summary. When was that latest tweet, dude? This could be it, because this is a lot. Selling volatility in summary. Okay. So he says, thoughts from I've noticed throughout the 2 years that when PulseChain goes up 10%, pTGC is up roughly 18%. Nothing too crazy, right? Just a whopping 8%. But if you don't count for compounding gains, you're missing out. So I asked Grok what would be, this is interesting. So I asked Grok, and guys, if you're new to the Grays, just hang tight. We're kind of going to get through some news here and such. We'll get granular here in just a little bit, and we'll try to make it easy for you. Just a whopping 8%. If you don't count for the compounding gains, you're missing out. So I asked Grok, what would that be if PulseChain does 100x? What would happen if there was a zero sell pressure? Well, here was the answer. Prepare yourself. If PulseChain goes to 100x, pTGC would go up approximately 2.74 times 10 to the 74th, an extremely large number, roughly 2.74 followed by 74 zeros. Yeah, that's impossible. No. This assumes that the 18% per 10% relationship holds exactly and compounds over all 1,000 steps, which may not reflect real-world market dynamics due to volatility and liquidity. Okay, we got this number, liquidity. We got that number on lock, as pTGC is the best in those terms on PulseChain. Selling volatility, here's that number. Now, will that happen? Likely not, because of selling and liquidity selling from other coins that is tagged too, but it's still a number that will be extremely stupid, as nobody counts for buying pressure of being the ultimate crypto DApp. In summary, okay, we haven't seen anything yet because PulseChain hasn't even hiccuped yet. It hasn't sneezed. It hasn't cleared his throat. But when it does, boys and girls, hey, conspiracy, good to see you. And the best part, people try to emulate it and they fail miserably. Those people that think they are getting in a lower and better pTGC don't get it and won't ever get it. That's a perfect market, and those people are 100% needed, as nobody will win. I personally thank you for your sacrifices turning into my gain. In my opinion, pTGC is the ultimate DApp in crypto if PulseChain ends up being the ultimate L1. So do you have a bag of pTGC yet? I do. I do. I got my bag. Okay, so here's something I've been thinking about. There's another little ecosystem that's probably purporting itself to be a pTGC, and I'm not going to even mention its name. I'm just going to tell you guys what I've been thinking. I'm not claiming to be an expert on this, but let me impart to you a phrase, and you can make your own. Let me know what you think about this. Okay. pTGC reflects pTGC. It doesn't reflect another token. UFO reflects UFO. It doesn't reflect another token. If you're buying a reflection token, and I hold some other reflection tokens, okay? If you hold a reflection token that reflects another token, why are you holding that reflection token? Why not just buy the token it's reflecting? You see what I'm getting at? I see people getting all excited about these ecosystems building up that are reflecting other tokens. And I'm like, why don't you just go buy the other token? You know, am I missing something? I'm sure I am. There's got to be more to the story, because they're really smart people in crypto. And I'm seeing some of them like literally diss pTGC and go into these other new ecosystems. And I think they're probably going to crush it. And I know some people have crushed it in some of these ecosystems and brought their gains over to pTGC. Well, hello. They know where to bring their gains, right? Yeah, it's interesting. Mercis, 2012, DCA into pTGC. Yeah, you know what's beautiful? We are all DCAing into pTGC. If you hold it, you're earning reflections. All right. So we got into that. Okay, one thing I do want to impart to you guys, this is heavy. You can do it with a lot of tokens, and we didn't do this yet. Oh, we did, but I want to show you, make sure that I impart this. This is a little nugget that I learned in this ecosystem, and it's so powerful. Look, pTGC, what you do is you take your asset that you're holding, and you're like, okay, how is it performing against the L1? You know, everybody pairs, like every token on PulseChain is going to pair with Pulse. How is it performing against Pulse? Is Pulse moving up against this token? You can see if you want, and you switch it from USD to the paired asset. In this case, you have pTGC. You can look at it in USD or in WPLS. And in this case, pTGC is moving up in ratio against WPLS. In other words, it is costing, let's put it on the weekly, it is costing more and more Pulse to buy pTGC. It's not the other way around. If it were the other way around, I would want to be holding Pulse. Yeah, I'd want to be holding Pulse. The first time I'm saying those words out loud. I don't hold Pulse. I flip it into either pTGC or UFO or other stuff if I want to. I do both. I have lots of PulseX and I own reflection tokens that pay me PulseX as well. All of the above. Yeah. And I have some reflection tokens too, but you got to ask yourself, I mean, why am I holding this reflection token? Why not? I'll tell you why. There's one reason, because I like that constant drip of that alpha token, the Pulse X. You know, I don't think I have anything that drips me Pulse X, but I got one that drips me. I don't want to promote anything on this stream, but it's cool. You know, you're dripping it. That's I just love that passive day after day stuff coming into my wallet. So let me get situated here. I am going to impart to you a slide. I'm going to show you a slide. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about index tokens, because that's what pTGC and UFO are. They're bonded with so many other assets. They're effectively an index. Okay. So pTGC is bonded with, and you guys can see this at secretobank.com. It's bonded with Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., PDI, Teddy Bear, Tropa, you know, and the list goes on. Alpha tokens on the chain, the best tokens, Richard Hart tickers. Okay, it's an index of those. If you can do this experiment on Dex Screener with these tokens also, and click it over to the and look at it in terms of PDI or Teddy. Do it in terms of Teddy. Some people need to do that. Look at the pTGC Teddy chart and click on Teddy and see which one is performing. Yeah. Why do you hold Teddy? I love Teddy. I hold Teddy, but I don't hold a lot of it because I put it into pTGC. Yeah, I did. And I put my Hex in there. Not all of it. Always keep a moon bag. And this is not financial advice. What else did I put? I put a lot of stuff into pTGC because I was like, I got to be honest with myself. Okay, truth. I was just telling somebody this a little bit ago. Truth fears no investigation. Give me the truth. Dex Screener's got it. It's all on the blockchain. I love Hex, but let's face it. Is Hex moving up against pTGC, or is it the other way around? It's the other way around. Okay, I got to be a big boy. And so I hold me a moon bag of Hex now. No, but I got a ladder, so it'll all be coming out. And it's all good, man. I hold pTGC. It's the alpha token on the Pulse chain. Yeah. It is. So it's an index. So by holding pTGC or by holding UFO, you effectively hold more of the other tokens, more, because at the end of August, this past year, 2024, we made 1-to-1 with Pulse. So one Pulse would buy you one pTGC. Now it's 10. It's 10.8. Now it costs you 10.8 Pulse per pTGC. What that means is if you had flipped all your Pulse into pTGC at the end of August last year, by now you could take 10% of your pTGC bag and buy back your entire Pulse bag. Congratulations. High fives all around, man. That would be a good move. I'm not kidding, man. That would be phenomenal. They're, whatever. I'll stop. It's an index. And here's my image that shows you some of the tokens that we're bonded with. Ink, Atropa, PulseX, Teddy Bear. I think this is Wrap Bitcoin, Pulse, all these assets, let alone, you see the two in the middle. I really need to update this image. UFO and pTGC those are the most thickly bonded together, pTGC and UFO. So when pTGC goes up, it's going to drag UFO and vice versa. And then by holding pTGC and UFO, you own all the assets in that circle. And you'll hold more of them by holding the grays. 20 months of a perfect, flawless operation for pTGC and 13 months for UFO, and it just goes on and on. Secretobank.com. Let's have a look at this, guys. I'm going to show you guys Secreto Bank. Give me a second. And how's the volume been? I haven't even checked in days. You love that image? Thank you. I didn't even think it was that great. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's not. I mean, you get used to it. I couldn't get the AI to do it what I wanted, but it does convey the Condor. It does convey the idea of the index. Oh, Secreto Bank. Don't do this to me. Here it goes. All right, guys. Secretobank.com. I'm going to put it in the chat. You can see all the pairs, or most of them, for pTGC and UFO. I'll show you quick how to use it. And there's a video on my YouTube that walks you all the way through this site, secretobank.com, developed by my buddy Snowflake Society. It was the first. This was the first metrics kind of system in the Grays currency ecosystem. Secretobank.com. The first. So here it is. What you do is you can put in any address down here, but we're going to use, let's just go to UFO. Let's give some attention to UFO. We're going to check the volume. Okay. You just select check volume. And I think he's going to break this up by RH assets at some point, but you can see UFO has $1.5 million LP with pTGC, $1.1 million with WPLS, $140,000 with PulseX, and so on. And then you can see the volume. 19,000 today. That's pretty low. Crypto bald guy. Nice to meet you, man. My 12-year-old liked pTGC. DCA's with $20 a week. I love it, dude. And he's 12 years old. What a lesson that kid's learning from his dad. Good job, Dad. Good job. $20 a week, man. That kid is. Can you imagine? You're gonna have to. Oh, wow. You have to teach him how to hang on to it. You know what I mean? That's awesome. I love that story. Okay, so that's secretobank.com. It's free. Oh, let's see. We're gonna skip some stuff today because I really want to get into. I just kind of want to explain the basics, and then kind of move on, because the DApp always takes a lot of time. I'm looking at a note, guys. Just bear with me. I'm trying to recall what I'm trying to say. Oh, I got a little note in here. So that does not belong there. Just put up with me for a second, guys. You can check your phones or something. I just got to change something. Oh, it's like there's no good place to put this, you know? So, all right, I'm just going to plug it back in where it was. Okay, so we're going to talk about AMM bots, and then I'm going to talk about rewards and volume. AMM bots. This doesn't even make sense. Because okay, just another second, guys. Rewards and volume. This has got to be moved. Sometimes, guys, I literally go through this list and I'm like, okay, and I organize it, but there's nothing like being live. And then I'm like, oh, it doesn't belong there. It should go here. So, okay. pTGC and UFO. We're going to look at a slide here. Give me a second. We're going to see the differences between pTGC and UFO because we got to start with the basics. I don't want to get into fees and AMM bots before I talk about what these tokens even are. With pTGC, you got pTGC on the left, UFO on the right. pTGC is a 5% community fee that's paid on every buy, sell, or transfer. It's LP. It's like all burnt, like 90-something% of all the LP is burnt, either protocol burnt or burnt by the DAO, which we'll get into. It's been around for 21 months. 12.5% of the supply has been burned. There are 15,000 wallets. About 2,650 wallets hold $1,000 or more. UFO, 6%. It is a 6%, same buy, sell. It's a community fee on every buy, sell, or transfer. The LP is user provided, it's not burnt. It's been alive for 14 months. 8% of the tokens are burned, has about 6,000 wallets. 815 wallets hold $1,000 or more of UFO. Let's talk about the fees. pTGC on the left, 2% goes to the DAO, 1% goes to holders, 1% to stakers, 0.5% burns pTGC, burns the tokens where they're sent to an address. It's funny, crypto bald guy. I'm thinking about your 12-year-old son like he's watching, and I'm trying to speak to him. It probably works. 0.5% burns pTGC, sent to a dead address where that those tokens can never, ever, ever be recovered. 0.5% is pairs pTGC and Pulse, and those LP tokens are burned. So they're sent to the same address, can never be recovered. The UFO fee is split up with 3% going to LP providers, 1% to holders, 1% burns UFO, same burn address, 1% burns pTGC. So there's a lot of burning tokens in this ecosystem. All right. And we do that for a reason. To reduce the supply, because when you have an increased demand and reduced supply, that means number go up. And we're here for number go up. I know I am. I'm sure you are. All right, let me get this. Ooh. All right, hold on, guys. Fasten your seatbelts. Okay. There's got to be a better place to put this in. Okay. Whenever there's a buy, sell, or transfer, it's let me back up. Okay. Remember, they're an index of all the best tokens on the chain. That means they're paired with them. pTGC is paired with Hex, eHex, PDI, Pulse, PulseX. Okay, it has all these pairs. It has a lot of pairs, like dozens. UFO has dozens, but UFO has 7 that are community provided. Okay, so let's go with UFO. UFO has 7. It's paired with 7 different assets. Whenever one of these assets goes out of balance, in other words, somebody makes a trade on this pair goes out of balance. And it's the AMM bots, the automated market maker bots' responsibility to go in and balance all the pairs, because the prices have to be equal, and then we'll wait for opportunities. And as soon as there's an opportunity to where it's cost effective, because they got to pay the fee when they do this, then whenever the gas is cheap enough, they're gonna pair, they're going to balance this one out. And then another opportunity. Bam, they're going to knock these two out. And then this, it might be another 30 minutes later, look at these other three. Boom. So some guy makes a trade on this pair, and within, I don't know what the time frame, it could be maybe 30 minutes, all the pairs are about even. Okay? That's how it works. That's the AMM bot's job. And they're paying the 6% fee for UFO if it's in the UFO side. And if it's pTGC, they're paying the 5% fee. The AMM bots are paying that fee 24/7, 365 days a year, while you and I organize the garage or sleep, go off to work. And they never stop. Okay. And we just talked about how those fees are distributed. You remember, 2% is going to holders and stakers. Where was it? There you go. 1% goes to holders, 1% goes to stakers for pTGC, and then 1% goes to holders and UFO, and 3% goes to the LP providers. Okay, so that's how it works. AMM bots working. Like, people make a few trades here and there, and the AMM bots step in and balance all the pairs and pay the fees to you and I, reducing the supply, sending 2% to the Dow. I mean, it's just amazing technology. It's stinking cool. Okay, so that is, in my opinion, the AMM bots is the alien tech of the pTGC side. It's the alien tech. And I was out of my office like almost all last week. And so I've got notes. I've got a mess here that I got to clean up. It's really not that bad, but I know I had a note on here like what the alien tech is for, and I just read it. Got my mind. I'm on a rabbit trail. All right, here it is. I found it. Here it is. Yeah. Okay, there's two pieces of alien tech in pTGC. We only talked about one of them. I got a slide for the other one. And we will talk about the superpowers also. We'll get to that. I got it right here, guys. False alarm. Okay. We talked about the AMM bots. They can't beat it, guys. Can't beat it. It's alien tech. Like, the Greys came down and taught the humans how to do their finances. It's pretty cool. All right. This is where we're going to talk about the rewards and volume. So you see that as the more trading volume there is, the more the AMM bots are going to need to work to balance the pairs. And it's that trading volume that is going to pay us more. Like you saw in UFO and Secreto Bank, there was like $19,000 in volume in the last 24 hours. It's not very much. We get paid from that. Because the AMM bots are paying the fee. Remember, that's only $19,000 that they're actually buying and selling. It's not much compared to what I've seen. I've seen 2.3 million in UFO. Pretty sure it's 2.3 million UFO. It was either that or pTGC. So they're paying the fees. I can't on track. Man, I just my brain totally got derailed in the last week. So what happens is when they're paying those fees, they're paying the fees based on volume, basically. The higher the volume, the more we're going to earn fees. And then here's another thing that you got to consider is that as the price of pTGC goes down, let's be bearish for a second. Let's be realistic. This is crypto. As price goes down, I know everybody wants to hear about how price going up. I'm going to be the guy to say price going down, because in the Grays currencies, we like it. We're not masochists, but we do appreciate it. We appreciate it. We may not like it, but we do appreciate it, because when price goes down, that means the AMM bots can buy more tokens. They can burn more tokens. They're rewarding more tokens. As price goes up, like, you as a holder will earn the same dollar value in tokens. But as price goes up, you're going to earn fewer tokens. Fewer tokens, same value. Okay? Does that make sense? So as price goes up, you and I are going to be earning fewer and fewer tokens. That's sad, isn't it? But as price goes down, we're earning more and more tokens. But we're still going to earn whatever our portion of that $19,000 of volume is. It's going to be it's apples to apples. It's just however many tokens you can earn. And the more tokens you can stack up when price is down, that means when price goes up, those tokens appreciate in value also. So you want to acquire tokens when price is low. You want price to be low so you can acquire those tokens, right? It's a form of dollar cost averaging while you can go off and do whatever you do in life. It's stinking cool. And you guys ready for this next slide? This is the next piece of alien tech for pTGC. All right, we talked about the fees, and this alien tech only applies to pTGC. I think pTGC, well, the AMM bot applies to UFO. That's alien tech. But this is a separate piece of alien tech. This is just my terms, guys, that applies only to pTGC. And that is the fees. All right, I'm going to explain it to you, then I'm going to show you the slide. You have gazintas and gazautas. Okay, you have stuff going in to the system, which benefits the system, and you have stuff that goes out of the system, which does not benefit the system. Like fees, like guys getting their rewards. You know, they can do whatever they want with those rewards. Well, they exit the system, and it kind of hurts the chart, right? But watch, you've got your 0.5 that's burning the tokens. That's an into the system function. You have your 0.5 that's paired with LP that helps the system, and you have your 2% that goes to the DAO. The DAO always does things that benefit the system. Okay, so that's 3% of the 5. That's 3% that goes into the system. But then you've got your 1% to holders, 1% to stakers. Now we have some diamond-handed holders, but they can exit this 2%. Okay, we have 2% that can exit the system. We have 3% that goes in. So we have a balance of 1. You know what that means? There's more going in than can be extracted. And there is my illustration to show this. Okay, this is cool. That's really cool. There's more going in than there is going out. So what separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens? I just talked about those a few minutes ago. One of the things is that we have a DAO. The DAO allows us to make decisions with money that comes into the treasury. The 2% of the fee that comes into the DAO treasury sits there, and people make proposals on it. Holders, stakers make proposals on that DAO money. And the DAO always does something that's benevolent for pTGC. And that is that is one of the things that separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens is the DAO, because it can turn on a dime. It can decide, I want to pair with this asset over here because this popped up on my radar. And we have this money sitting here. It's been piling up, building, and now we're going to do something with it. It can decide, well, now is not a season where we want to be pairing with tokens because they're all so expensive. Let's just burn some pTGC. Well, it can do that. It can decide, now would be a great time to get some eyeballs on pTGC. Let's start a marketing campaign. Whoa, yeah, the DAO can do that. That's what allows the DAO to be more like a ship on the sea versus a train on a track. A train on the track, if it comes to obstacles, all it can do is crash through them. But the ship, it can go around those obstacles. And that's what the DAO allows us to do. It's a wonderful, beautiful thing. Now, let's go straight into this illustration. Now, I want to talk about it first. All right. Between pTGC and UFO, we have the ability to burn $128 million worth of tokens. I mean, if we really stuck our nose to the grindstone for a solid year and we had $10 million in volume on both pTGC and UFO, we could burn $128 million in tokens. Go to Dex Screener or to PulseChain's and simulate buying $128 million in tokens. Or you can go look into ptgc.com. Let's do that. What would that do to the price? Let's do a little field trip, guys, and then I'll explain my slide. So we're going to go to the calculator, Moon Math 2.0. We're going to select, well, let's do pTGC because that's what this is about. 128 million, 128, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What would be the price impact of $128 million? Whoa, 69 cents, 2,744x. Guys, I don't know that I'd done that experiment before. 69-cent pTGC, 2,744x. That's what 120. I mean, let me check my number. Yeah, $128 million would do that. Okay, but this is only an experiment, but it does illustrate the power of pTGC and UFO, because just because they're not executing on this experiment doesn't mean that that energy isn't going elsewhere. Okay, do you follow me? Let's look at the slide. pTGC Dow burns 2%. Okay, you got 2% of every transaction goes to the Dow. That'd be $200,000 per day. pTGC burns 0.5% of tokens. That's $50,000 in tokens per day. UFO burns 1% or $100,000. Yearly total will be $128 million, and that's by pressure sent to the dead wallet. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? I don't see any questions in the chat. If you guys have questions, reach out. Reach out. Yeah, just type them in. I kind of want to see how many people are watching. So give me 1 second on YouTube. This is a strange thing, guys. I'm a Gen X, guys. I'm a Gen Xer. So I'm like, all this is still kind of spooky to me. It looks like we have 20 live viewers. Let me get this online. Excuse me. Okay, just a second. How many people are watching right now? 17. Okay. 17 quiet individuals. That's all right. I'm a quiet person too, you wouldn't think. I am literally an introvert. Afro Kryptonian reposted this stream. Thank you, Afro. You're all right, man. First time seeing you. Hey, if I don't follow you, ping me or something, because I want to follow you on X. I don't recognize you. And I probably do, but I just want to make sure. I like following people. All right. I'm a people person, but I'm really not, like I said. But this is not about me. This is about you. We talked about that. We talked about that. Yeah, we're doing good, guys. Okay. Let's go to the DApp. It's time for that. It's time to go to the DApp. Thanks, man. You guys doing good? Water break. Hold on. I hope I did a good enough job explaining what pTGC and UFO are. I'm always like nervous, I know I'm not a very good explainer, but I figured, hey, maybe if nobody's asking questions, maybe I'm doing a decent job. All right, let's get the DApp. So it's PulseTGC.com. I wonder if I got a hot button. It's this one. No, not that one. Oh, I don't have it. It's PulseTGC.com. I got to add it to my list. That's the DApp that B Roots was talking about. I like the way he was talking. He was mentioning it. That was funny. PulseTGC.com. That's where you want to go to. That's where you can. You can also go to lookintoptgc.com, but you got to subscribe. Use PB15 for a discount. You get it for $19.99 a month. That's another DApp. With that DApp, you can claim all your locking rewards at the same time. And there's other stuff. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming to lookintoptgc.com. $19.99 a month. That's the coupon code, PB15. But we're going to use the good old-fashioned app for this illustration. That's PulseTGC.com. Connect your wallet. I hesitate to say it's safe, but let me just say that it's got to be safe. I've used it hundreds of times. Everybody uses it. Just always confirm your transactions, guys. Just execute. Let's see. Trade. Let's see. Transact cautiously, always. Go to the staking tab. You can go to the home tab and read about pTGC, but you can also just go to the staking tab. And if you hold pTGC, and I'm going to walk you guys through how to buy it. But if you hold it, this is what you're going to do. Connect to the dApp. And let's say you want to stake it or lock it. We're going to walk through all of this, okay? If you wanted to stake it, you click the stake button and select however many tokens you want to stake. Like I have 3,889 available that I can stake. Let's say I want to stake 50% of that. Okay, great. And then you stake it, sign the transactions in your wallet, and you'll have staked pTGC. This wallet has 1 million pTGC staked. This is like a marketing wallet, okay? And then if you stake, you saw that there's no time commitment, right? You don't got to select the date. But if you do decide, whenever you do decide to withdraw, you're going to pay 1% fee that goes to all the other stakers. So some of the reflections don't just come from buys, sells, and transfers. They also come from people that are ending their stakes. And when you do stake, by the way, your tokens remain in your wallet, so you're going to be able to see them. So it's actually very good theft protection. It has saved a number of people from scammers getting into their bags because they could not figure out how to transfer the tokens. Well, they didn't realize they got to connect to the dApp and the stake, then transfer. How cool is that? So, but you will pay 1% on the principal. Well, I think the ROI time, depending on volume and price appreciation, you could just call it like 100 days. That's my estimation. But what you can do every day is you can claim your yield. See that 6,120? That's been stacking up since February. I can claim that every single day if I want to. And it goes straight to my wallet. This is in the contract right now. But when I claim it, it will go to my wallet and start earning more reflections. Okay. And then also I could stake it if I want to. Once I claim it, goes to my wallet, and then I could stake it. Make sense? Okay. Then there's another thing you can do. This would be the third thing that you can do with your pTGC, and that is lock it. So you would stake first, then lock. So you can only lock tokens that are staked. So you would go lock and select. I don't have any staked tokens. How do you put that? I don't have any. Lock your staked pTGC. I do. Oh, all of my pTGC that's staked is locked right now. So that's why you're not seeing any. But if it wasn't locked, I could select from that which is only staked, and I could lock however many I want. And I can lock for a number of days. You see, the minimum being 90, the maximum being 3,650. You can't go 51. I'm hitting 1 and it's not working. And that means you're locking between 90 days and 10 years. And I have a slide to show you the locking tiers. A 90-day lock, which is the shortest, you're going to see rewards come into your wallet. Of those rewards, when you claim them, you keep 55%. The 45% goes to the burn address. So you're burning tokens. Good job. Thank you. We appreciate your service. I have 90-day locks too. I've done a bunch of them. Now, if you have 4 to 5, thank you, Jim Horton. I appreciate your comment. I appreciate you as well, man. If you have like a 4 to 5 year lock, you're going to keep 75% of those tokens that are rewarded to you. 25% are sent to the burn address, reducing the supply. Thank you very much. Appreciate your service. All that good stuff, right? The 10-year locks, anywhere between 9 and 10 years, you're going to keep 100%. Pro tip, if you lock 1 day into the next tier, like a 1-year lock, if you lock 366 days, you're going to be in the 60% tier. So it's like, why not lock 1 day into the next tier instead of locking 2 full years? Okay. Why lock 10 years? Why not just lock 9 years 1 day? Well, my first locks were 10-year, like 3,650-day locks. Whoops. And then I picked up in the Telegram. I wrote that down. I was like, whoa, that was a pro tip. That's why I'm telling you guys, if you haven't locked yet, just lock one day in the next higher tier. I mean, why take the chance? So, but if you want to, if you need that delayed gratification, go for it, dude. I mean, go for it. Seriously. I like that delayed gratification stuff too. So those are the tiers. I don't know if there's anything else I need to explain about them. Give me a second, guys. Let me make sure I'm on track here. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good, actually, from my perspective. You guys might have a different opinion. Okay, so let's pull the DApp back up. I'm going to go over some more locking stuff because the locking is probably the most complicated, intricate part of the whole ecosystem, Gray's currency ecosystem. You can only have one stake per wallet because you can only have one stake. You can add to it. You can unstake at any time you want, but you're going to pay the 1% fee. You know, this is a very dynamic, very flexible system, but the locking is not so flexible. Okay. You can make multiple locks. You can build a ladder. Like I built a ladder. It is 88% 10-year locks. Yeah, I went big. 8% ladder, and then 4% 90-day locks, which matured not too long ago. And I'm pretty excited because if what I think is coming comes, they're gonna be worth something. I'm gonna take care of some stuff in my life. But I'm not touching my principal. I ain't touching my principal. No, sir. No, sir. Too precious and too much of a golden goose. pTGC and UFO are the golden goose of crypto. They pay you passive. I mean, why go slaughter the goose when you can just enjoy the eggs, right? Keep that lifestyle down if you need to keep your lifestyle to match the golden eggs, right? Let's get back on track here. So you can build ladders with your locks. And if you need time to figure out what you want to do, but you want to lock, throw them in 90. Do you think the cycle will be over in 90 days? I don't. So throw them in 90-day locks if you want. And then you have 90 days to think about it. You know, that's what I did. I did that for 9 months. I have them in 90-day locks for about 9 months or so, 8 months. And until I figured out what I wanted to do. And then they were mature and I claimed all that pTGC, sending stuff to the burn address. And then I relocked and I have what I think is a very nice, attractive locking setup. I like it. I'm committed to it. It took me a long time to figure it out. Enough about me. If we do have the option to emergency end lock. We call it an EEL. We have that option. But you're going to lose 30% of your principal if you unlock early. 30% of your principal, which goes to all the other lockers, which is the superpower of pTGC. pTGC and UFO each have their own superpower. The locking is the superpower of pTGC. Because, now listen, guys, there's a difference between holding rewards, staking rewards, and locking rewards. Okay, they're two separate things. These are based like the smart contract takes care of this all day long. This is all user rewards. Like we're depending on people to emergency unlock for us to get any kind of emergency unlock rewards, right? But then there's another thing. Is that I need a sip. This is, you guys, you're gonna love this. Hold on, I'm gonna wet my whistle. I was gonna say I forgot, but I almost literally did. I haven't forgot. It's just fuzzy right now. Holding rewards. Let me do this over here. Holding rewards and staking rewards are based on the price of the tokens today. The pTGC tokens today. So, pTGC is 303 right now or whatever it is. And the contract can buy however many tokens it can with that $1,000 transaction. You know, it's buying 1%, and sending those to holders. So you get your cut of that 1% for holding rewards, and if you're staked, you get your cut of the 1% for staking rewards. And it's based on the price of the tokens today. You're going to get X number of tokens. You're going to get X number of tokens worth a certain dollar amount. Okay. You're going to get 1%. 1% of that $1,000 transaction goes to all the holders. 1% goes to all the stakers. It doesn't matter what the value, I'm getting it all mixed up, man. That 1 week messed me up. It's based, just know that reflections and staking rewards are based on the price of the tokens today. Okay. So they're going to come into your wallet based on the price of the tokens today. But the locking rewards are different, very different, because they come to your wallet based on the number of tokens. There, we got it. We're back on track. They come to your wallet based on the number of tokens. So if Jim Smith unlocks 1 billion tokens, emergency unlocks, and he's sending 300 million he's forfeiting 300 million tokens, 30% that goes to all the other lockers. If you have a 1% share of the locking reward pool, you're getting 1% of 300 million tokens. That's 3 million tokens. The contract doesn't care. It's not going to discriminate, saying, "Oh, I'm sending Jim Horton $4,000 worth of tokens." It don't care. It's going to send you 3 million tokens. And that's going to happen no matter what the price of the tokens are. As number goes up, those locking rewards could be very, very highly valuable. I ain't kidding, man. I got the calculator. Look into ptgc.com has the calculator to prove that what I'm talking about. Crypto world, you got a question. If you go past your lock date and you have liquid lock, right, Prairie? Yes. If you go past your lock, thank you for saying something, because I just was going to skip right on past that. When your lock matures, you can leave it there, and you're going to continue to earn your reflections, your staking, and your lock-in rewards. No harm, no foul. Like my 90-day locks matured like April 1st, I think. Yeah, April 1st. And they've just been sitting there accumulating, right? And every week or so, it's not every week or so, it's like more. Every so often, I go in there, I claim the yield. No harm, no foul. I will, when I'm ready, when the number has met my goal, I will end those locks and then do whatever I'm going to do with them. Until then, they're earning me yield. Yeah, 55% for 90-day locks. And it's not like the longer you hold, you can wait your way into the next tier. That's not how it works. I wish. You make a 90-day lock, and once it turns a year, it turns into a one-year lock. Wouldn't that be cool? I wonder if they considered that. I wonder if Zen did when they were building it. I bet they considered it, and they decided that was not a good idea. So we just have to trust that the founders were like, nah, they had some reason, I'm sure. All right, guys, enough about that business. All right, are you guys ready to... We're about ready to go into UFO, which is much quicker. So what are the differences between pTGC and UFO? Give me a second, guys. My slides are all mixed up. No, they're not. It's me that's mixed up. How UFO stands out. You can hold it to get reflections, which you're not having to share with farmers. Okay, let me explain that. You can hold UFO because when you hold UFO, you're earning reflections. And because UFO that is in the farms is not earning reflections, by holding it, you are earning the reflections that would go to UFO that's in the farms. Does that make sense? So holders are like earning an inordinate amount of reflections. LP providers are heavily incentivized to stay in the pool because if they pull their LP and price were to drop, other people would scoop up the shares. True statement. So like I'm an LPer, I will not exit those pools unless I need to instigate the I need to come up with a name for that. I need to come up with a name for that. That's a good one. They pull their LP and price drops, other people would scoop up the shares. And then it has twice the LP with the RH tickers. Okay. We need to come up with, guys, if you can come up with a name for, you know how like when you're in a UFO LP and usually you have less UFO than the other asset, but sometimes on a rare occasion, you'll have more of the paired asset than UFO, more UFO than the paired asset. And that means that what you can do is you can unpair, repair, and have more shares, which I'll explain. But we need to come up with a name for that. So what can we call that? Something fun. We're going to come up with the name for it. And if you guys come up with it and I like it, I'll make it happen. So that's the differences between UFO. I hope that was not too confusing. Let's go to the DAT. This is going to be quick, guys. It's the same site, PulseTGC.com. PulseTGC.com. Click on UFO token. And okay, let me back up. There are two things you can do with UFO. You can hold it. Holders right now are earning about 5 times more APY than LP providers. That might change. We don't know. But you can hold it and you can LP it with any any RH assets. You can hold it. I'll show them to you. Okay. Those are the two things you can do with UFO. It's not as robust as pTGC, but please don't underestimate it just because this section is going to go so much faster and just because you can't do as much with it and because it doesn't have a DAO. Don't underestimate the UFO. Yeah, in my opinion. It's heavily bonded with pTGC, by the way, and it has thicker liquidity. Okay, so let's say you hold UFO and you want to do some LPing. Well, select UFO token, which will bring you here. Select UFO liquidity pools. These are the pools that you can choose from. They all share alike, right? It doesn't matter if you select this pool, the UFO Inc. or UFO Pulse, they're all going to, on the front end. Now on PulseX, the fees and rewards are going to be a little bit different. But as far as the UFO ecosystem, yeah, your rewards are going to be the same no matter what pool. I do not recommend using the UFO pTGC pool because you will pay the fee going into that pool and coming out of that pool. If you wanted to make a pair between UFO and PulseX, select Manage Pool, add liquidity. You will have to have equal portions for each, and then just click Add New Liquidity. Sign the transaction in your wallet, and then you'll have an LP. But I recommend that you confirm it by selecting UFO token again and going and clicking on UFO PLP rewards, and then you can see your LP down here. Okay, like this wallet only has one. It's a Pulse, UFO Pulse pool. Okay, so let's explain this page. So this wallet I haven't touched since I made the LP in May of 2024. It has earned 43,311 UFO for holding because I got 1 million UFO sitting in the wallet and 1 million UFO that I LP'd. So it has earned 43,000 UFO in reflections, and it has earned 54,000 Pulse in reflections. I can claim the rewards right here, or I can batch claim right here, like if I had multiple LPs. Now, I told you that UFO has a superpower. It's this right here, UFO shares. Let's see if I can highlight that. Okay, see that? UFO shares is, now listen, pay attention. The UFO shares is the amount of UFO that was put into the pool. Okay, that was 1 million. I put 1 million UFO into that pool. All right. The UFO shares, because they're the reason they're the superpower is because they bookmark your portion of the fees that come to, the 3% fee that goes to all the LP providers. Your UFO shares say, hey, Prairie Banana has got such and such percentage of that 3%. That 1 million UFO shares that he has guarantees his portion of the 3%, regardless of any impermanent loss that he has experienced in that pair, which has been heavy because there's literally only about 300,000 UFO in that LP right now, not 1 million. The UFO shares do not change. They will not change unless you unpair. Like, if I unpaired that right now, I'm going to show you an experiment. If I unpaired it right now, I'd have 300,000 UFO in my wallet. And if I decided I made a mistake and wanted to repair, I would have to come up with 700,000 UFO. And I'm going to illustrate that with a slide here in just a minute. So if there are any questions about UFO shares, holler now. I do want to make one, and this is the thing that we got to come up with a name for. There are instances on a rare occasion, because UFO is outperforming the RH tickers, but there are occasions where these RH tickers will outperform UFO. It happened last year with Inc., and I had an occasion to do this myself. It worked. You can actually increase your UFO shares. And the way you do it is, I want to show you guys. And there is a video on my YouTube channel that explains this also. You see, this wallet has 1 million UFO shares. Okay. If I went to PulseX.com, selected V2 liquidity, pulled up this LP, and I saw that let's say there's 1.5 million UFO in that LP. Well, that would mean I could potentially get more shares, right? So I would unpair. I would come to the DApp, unpair. I'd get my 1.5 million UFO in my wallet, and I would pair it with my Pulse, and I would have 1.5 million UFO shares for nothing. Do you guys get that? So that's pretty cool. So we want RH tickers to go, because then the UFO holders can perhaps get a leg up on their UFO shares. And like, if you could double your UFO shares by using that strategy, you could double your income, double your passive income. In crypto world, you're really plugged in today, man. Is there a calculator on UFO to show your share of the pool before you provide LP? I don't know that there is. I don't know that there is. That's a great question, dude. I love these questions. No, I don't. Let's go back. Let's go back and maybe see. Let's do it, dude. That's a good question. Let's simulate manage pool. I'm going to add liquidity. Insufficient balance. Oh, let's just do PulseX then. Oh, I guess I don't have any PulseX. What do I have in this wallet that I could use? I think I could do this one. Your share of the pool, but that's a current. Yeah, it's not gonna show you your portion of the pool before you LP, and it's not anything sleight of hand. It's just how it was built. Okay, so you're gonna find out afterwards. There must be a way that you can find out, though, and it might be that you can. Oh man, maybe on PulseX. Maybe you can find out on PulseX how many tokens are in LP. There's got to be a way to find out, dude. How many tokens are in LP? And then you kind of backwards math it. So, yeah. Sorry, I can't be more help that way. All right. All right. Hold on. I got to read this and take my focus away from you guys at the same time. It's tough. If all pools share alike. Yep. Got that. Okay, I want to show you this simulation. Watch this, guys. This is like redneck. Hey, y'all, watch this. Now, I told you about my simulation. So if I unpaired this LP, which is a UFO Pulse, it would have 300,000 UFO worth $7.40. This is a few weeks ago, and $7.40 a pulse. Of course, they got to be equal portions because it's LP. Additional needed to regain the shares. If I wanted my 1 million shares back, I would have to buy $17 worth of UFO, $17 a pulse. Effectively paying, what was it? What was it? I think it was like $34 more to repair. So if I unpaired and decided to repair, it cost me $34 more. That means that UFO share that we're getting right now, and I'm saying now because UFO hasn't done anything compared to what it's going to do, guys. This chain, in my opinion, is getting ready to full send. People getting in now have no idea that $20 a month that Crypto Bald Guy's son is buying every week. You have no idea, dude. I mean, if in my opinion, what that could be worth in 6 months or 50 days. So the point is getting in now and getting these share rates. We don't know what these shares are going to be worth in a year or 50 days. Okay. We just don't. But Crypto Kong, the developer of lookintoptgc.com, is working on a share rate calculator, kind of I think it'll be, I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be some kind of thing. It'll be an estimate thing. Great. It'll be some kind of estimator where you can, what I just showed you, that slide, it'll do that and allow you to put your stuff in there. And I'm sure it'll be tricky. I'm sure it'll be cool. And he's working on it. So discovered pTGC from the surf community. Yeah, man. Welcome, Springer. I love it. Welcome to the revolution, the Grays currencies revolution. So there it is, guys. Get your share rates. You know what we do? A lot of us will do like 50-50. We'll put some into UFO LP and just hold some because honestly, the holders are really raking it in right now. But then if you're not LPing, then what happens if everything goes and then you're suddenly like, oh, well, I want a share rate that's going to be with my wallet forever and ever, paying me passive Pulse, the gas token of the Pulse network that I can take anywhere and buy anything and do anything with. Yeah. So get your share rates. Okay. We did that. We're going to skip that. Oh, all right. Guys, we are at moon math time. And we've been at it for an hour. I need a sip of water. You guys ready for some moon math? I'm ready for some moon math, man. I am fired up. I'm telling you, fired up. I got to mute that. Yeah, Springer, we interviewed with Nick just a few weeks ago. Good guy. He is a strong pTGC supporter. He's been a holder. He's been a holder since the early days. He got in before me. I'm not jealous, but I might be a little jealous. Hold on. Oh, come on. All right. Moon Math is on lookintoptgc.com. If you guys want a subscription, like if you're nerdy, you might want the subscription. It's PB15. That's the coupon code, $19.99 a month. That's the deal we're getting you. And I'm writing a book about the Grays, by the way. It's probably going to be titled The Grays Currencies. And if you buy the book, you're going to get a discount on Look into pTGC. If you buy Look into pTGC, you're going to discount on the book. That's how it's going to work. Yeah, me and Kong, we put our heads together and we got things. We're moving and shaking over here. We got a little side gig. It's all fun. No, seriously, I'm writing a book about the Grays currencies so that like you guys can sit down and just like read through everything. I'm trying to include all the mechanisms, all the mechanics, everything about pTGC and UFO in an easy to read format with memes. I mean, like black and white, mostly black and white, handsome aliens with a few human females doing all sorts of stuff, guys. The book is going to have a picture on every page, so it's somewhat enjoyable. I think people are going to flip through the book just to enjoy the art. But if you like to geek out and know everything about an ecosystem, you can buy the book. You can buy the white paper, but there's way more in the book than there is in the white paper. I'm just going to tell you, there's way more in the book than is in this this presentation too. But anyhow, let's move on. Appreciate you, Paul. Ready for some? Let's go. Let's go to the moon. You know why it's going to be, well, you know, a few days ago it was better. It was better a few days ago because, well, yesterday morning it was. This is crypto, isn't it crazy? Yesterday morning we're at 11.4 pTGC or pulse per pTGC. Now it's like 10.87. But it's okay. It'll still be good. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to simulate. Okay, I got to explain the X multiplier. We're going to simulate what pTGC would be worth if Pulse did like 100. We'll do. If you guys want me to put an X in the calc, let me know in the chat right now. How many X's do you think Pulse can do? How many X's do you think Pulse can do? And then pTGC has done a number of X's against Pulse. Remember I said at the beginning of the stream, in August, we hit 10 to 1, 1 to 1, and now we're 10 to 1. Last year, we went up 11X against Pulse. It was 1,100%. You want to do 25X? Springer, you got it. So we're going to say, we're going to probably put 5 in there just to be modest. Okay. I think pTGC, we did 11X against PulseChain last year. PulseChain didn't do nothing the whole year. I think we can do 5X against PulseChain if it does 25X. Okay, just so you guys, I want to get this is for free. That's called the X multiplier, and you can do it yourself. You take the 5 and the 25, multiply them together, and you get 125. Take that number and multiply it times the current price, and that would be the resulting price. If that scenario played out, that is what the value of pTGC would be. Okay, that is what it would be worth. It's just math. It's a saying that we've been doing. It's just math. Right. So we're gonna put it in the calculator. The calculator does it for us. And let's see. We're gonna do pTGC, X factor of 5, and Pulse does a 25X. That's 125X times the current price, which would make it worth 3.1 cents. There you go, Springer. 3.1 cent pTGC or 125X. And all along the way, guys, remember all that, all the volatility between now and 3.1 cents, you're being rewarded. So if you get your bags today, and then you're earning rewards all the way up to 3.1 cents, the rewards you're earning today are now worth 3.1 cents. That does sound great, doesn't it? 125X. Okay, I'm gonna level with you, dude. Springer, you might be a gal. I may have just offended you too. I don't think Pulse gonna do 125X, 100X minimum. All right. Did you see my tone? You notice my tone? 100X minimum, guys. I mean, from right here, I think from sack price, man, it might be 100X, and hopefully more. I'm hearing stuff from high up groups, and these guys are like, we're getting ready to send this chain. Send it. That ain't 100X. That's just okay. 100X times 5. For the multiplier would be a 500X. That would be a 13 cent pTGC. Look into ptgc.com. Coupon PB15. You guys can do these calculations on your own. So that is the moon math calculator. We already looked at injecting 128 million. What would that do? It'd be a 69 Paul, if you bought 100, if there's $128 million of buy pressure on pTGC right now, it would send the price to 69 cents. Would you believe that? And the Dow has the ability to do that if we have $10 million in volume for a whole year. Yeah, pTGC is a machine. But now we're going to look at a reflections calculator. And the reflections calculator is going to tell you, again, based on math and a little speculation, because you got to put in the volume. But it's going to tell you it is based on math. It's going to tell you at $5 million in volume, what you're going to earn for a certain bag size. Okay. It's all math, guys. It's just all math. All right, let's go to the reflections calculator right here. Hopefully R8 starts doing live streams again. I'm excited, man. I don't know that he will, but I want him to, and I think he will. Okay, I think he will, because he knows, guys. You know, he's got 5 shipping containers full. He's got like 1 million marketing pieces that come with the CR 2025 battery that he's going to be sending to addresses all over the earth, or probably mostly in the United States. I'm figuring, but he's in marketing mode. He knows how to pump a chain, and he knows when. That's more importantly, he knows when to pump a chain. He's gonna do it. He's gonna send this chain. And what was I gonna say on that? Live streams. He get a live stream. That's gonna be part of it. I really think it's gonna be part of it. But I'm like, I really want to hear from him, you know. So part of me is like, I really want to hear from him, but then I'm like, okay, what if I don't? What if we don't? You know? If he don't, I can't wait for him to say. Remember when he used to say, "You're new, Springer." I think you said somebody in here is new. He used to say, "Should I do a live stream?" He'd be on Twitter. "Should I do a live stream?" Everybody's like, "You silly bunk! Of course you should." We all love to chat with you. He can do that sometime. It's gonna be like the old Richard, except with 4 years more age and wisdom. All right, guys. Richard Hart he's not just a master of crypto. All right, check this out. Oh, one of my daughters just finished trade school. She has a very limited understanding of her trade. She's going to go work somewhere, and she's going to get a better understanding of the trade. And at some point, she's going to be like where everything's just mechanical, and she knows what to do next. But there's another level to that. There's another level after that. And that is where you start working on. So it's when you start doing things intuitively. And you're like, I don't know why I need to cut this long, but something tells me. And then all of a sudden you line it up and you're like, whoa, that's why. Richard Hart has been in crypto since, I don't know when, 2010. He's been in longer than I bet anybody watching this stream. Anybody. Twice as long as anybody watching this stream. He is beyond he just knows what to do. He's an artist. And he's doing things that he's like, I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And he may not even know why. Imagine, genius founder of Pulse Network, multi-billionaire genius founder of his own blockchain, doing things intuitively. He's an artist, guys. I bet 5 million pTGC. He's an artist at crypto, and I will not underestimate that man. Back to reflections. pTGC, and let's do. I didn't select reflections. I think. There we go. We're gonna do pTGC and UFO. We're gonna select a token amount. Let's do 100 million tokens. So. And we're going to do, I got to select, bear with me, guys. I haven't been on this site in a while. Something's missing here. Token amount. Oh, I got to go into experimental mode. We're going to select $5 million in volume. Remember, we're making our money, our reflections on volume. The more volume we have on the network, the more we're going to earn in reflections. So we want lots of volume. So if you hold 100 million tokens at $5 million in volume, you would earn $66,000 per day, or $16.85 monthly, $500 or 2 million pTGC. That's at today's price. That's pretty cool. What kind of slippage is ideal to trade into pTGC and UFO? I don't know about X, but pTGC it's 6%, UFO it's 7%, just 1% above the fee. Okay. And welcome to my stream. I'd be obliged if you would subscribe. Thank you very much. So your current value of the 100 million is 25,000. Okay. So that's pTGC, UFO, 100, let's go with 1 billion tokens. Billion tokens, $5 million in volume. You're welcome, dude. Appreciate you. $5 million in volume. What would you earn in reflections? $53 per day. And much of that, I think, is because, I don't know, what's the bag worth? 15,000. This is worth less than the pTGC, but you're earning more in reflections. Part of that is because so many tokens are in LP. See, at the beginning of UFO, a lot of people went heavy into UFO, LP, myself and some other people. Yeah. And so a lot of those tokens are out of the reflections pool. It's pretty cool. So that's what you would earn for 100 million tokens in reflections at $5 million in volume, $53 a day, or 3.5 million tokens. Pretty sweet. All right. Now, my favorite calculator of all time is the locking calculator. It's the superpower of pTGC. Remember, reflections and staking rewards are based on the price of the tokens today. Locking rewards are not. They're based on quantity of tokens. The contract does not discriminate. It's just going to send you X number of tokens, even if they're worth 10 cents, 50, $1. It doesn't matter. They're coming to your wallet today. What's in your wallet? pTGC. Let's go to the locking calculator. It's my favorite. Okay, a little background on this. It's my idea. This is my idea. I actually built this in a spreadsheet first, and I was like, hey, Kong, this would be a good idea for your site. So we have historical data, the wallets that I keep that are experimental wallets. And we found out that there's an average of 395 million pTGC unlocked in any given 30-day period in 2024. I think recently it went down under 200 million. I'm going to find out at the end of the month. But I'm sticking with 400 million, 395 million. Okay. So if you know how many pTGC you have locked and how much of a percent of the pool you get to keep, and you can do that. You can put your whole locking strategy in a ChatGPT and say, what's my percent? And it'll tell you, with my 88% being in 10-year locks and 8% being in a ladder and 4% in 90-day locks, I'm keeping 96.2% of all rewards until I end those 90-day locks. And then it's going to decrease, and that's going to be a bummer. I didn't even think about it until just now. Sad. So you put that stuff into this calculator, and it will show you. Actually, it does a lot of the stuff for you, and it'll show you how much you would earn based on a price, because you get to plug in a price, also a future price. Who cares about today's price? I mean, the lock and rewards coming to us today might be worth whatever, not much compared to where this thing might be going. Did I tell you? We got smart people that think we're going to be waving goodbye to 10 cents on our way to $1. Yeah, that's not financial advice. And I will admit, I get really excited, and I tend to be a moon boy, and I probably overstate things more than I should. So half listen to me. Listen to me on the technicals. Always fact check. But yeah, I'm good on the technicals, but the moony stuff, I hope I'm right. Here's the pTGC lock calculator. Here is the total amount locked, the average unlock, your locked pTGC. Let's put in 10 million. Okay, let's say you have 10 million locked and you're keeping an average of 90%. The price, I'm going to put in a big number here, okay? I'm going to put in 35 cents just to be fun. The pTGC is now worth 35 cents because how many X is that to, I think that's about 8. That's about 1,000X. That's 1,000X to get to 35 cents, pretty sure. That would mean if pTGC did a 10X against the L1 pulse and the L1 did 100X, that's your 1,000X. That's 35 cents. So we got a 35 cent pTGC right now. And we're going to see how much you guys think this is worth. You guys want to guess in the chat? I have not looked at the answer. I'm going to guess 10 million pTGC. I don't really have a very good answer for this one. 35 cent pTGC. Keep it 90%. I'm going to guess like, I don't know, $400. Maybe not that. I'm going to go 200. Does anybody have another guess? I'm going to go with 200. I think the guy might, he might be under 200. Hopefully it's more. Let's see. Whoa. Okay. All right. Okay, it's 2,600. Face plant. Prairie banana face plant. Did I have everything right? Yeah. Okay, that's big time. That is why I like the 3.5 million. 3.5 million what? 3.5 million. Oh, the value of 10 million. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's the value of 10 million pTGC, but the locking rewards would be, it'd be $2,678 when pTGC is at 35 cents, and you're locking 10 million for 90%. You're taking home $2,700 of that, and that's now, mind you, that's over a 30-day period. Okay, but who would turn down $2,700 over a 30-day period? That's enough to live in many places of the world. Perhaps not the United States, but many places in the world. That's why I like the pTGC locking. It's lit, dude. But you got to lock your tokens. You have to have the courage to be like, okay, I got to man up and not emergency end lock. So that's the calculators. Was that fun? I think that's fun. I like that. Okay, now I'm going to show you some illustrations. Look at this, guys. Between August and April, PulseChain volume 3x'd. Its price dropped by 38%. I need to update this, right? pTGC's volume increased by 8x, and its price increased by 533%. What would this mean when pTGC does its run? What do you guys think, guys? I mean, look at that. Screenshot it if you need to. I do not mind if you screenshot any of my stuff. The point is, pTGC is outperforming PulseChain, and PulseChain has done nothing for 24 months, 25 months, 26 months, whatever. It's been a long time. It's done nothing. The pTGC has done a lot. It's done a lot. All the metrics, guys, are for this ecosystem to absolutely go bananas. Absolute bananas. Now, I'm going to skip a couple of slides. If you guys want to come back for these, you can come back for those slides. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if I want to get in. Yeah, I guess I'm getting into this one because I just clicked on it. Are you thinking of waiting to buy pTGC? Now, yeah, thanks, Crypto World. There's the banana we were all looking for. Why getting an early pays? If you buy 100 million pTGC today and you earn 56,565 reflections per day at $1 million in daily volume, okay, you're earning that number of reflections per day. But you compound those. So reflections compound daily in the end of the year. I really need to fix this up. I need ChatGPT's help to make this more clear. You will have 5.7 million extra tokens. Now, if price just 37x'd in that 1 year, and there's the price difference, the day one reflections would equal $17. Okay. The first day, they're worth what? what are they worth the first day? They're worth nothing basically the first day, but by the end they're worth $17. Oh no, I'm sorry. The day one reflection is worth $17, but after the 37x, they're worth $647, and that's just day one. What about day two? Well, it's worth a little bit less than $647, but it's in the 640s. And day three, day four, day five. So the year-end value of the reflections would be $65,000. Now that's not 365. I mean, we think, oh, I made $17 today in reflections. 17 times 365. No, price went up by 37x. So all the tokens you earned went up as well. Being early matters in X's and value. Okay, let's say you inject $1,000 in capital and you're buying at 0.0005 or 0.005. You're a little late, like you missed it by a 10x. And then the token's price at the top, okay, let's say it tops out at 50 cents. So your total X's for getting in at 305 is 1,000. Your total X's for getting in at 205 is 100. So if you get in late, you could have $100,000, but if you got in early, you could have $1 million. How about that? Now, these are a few assets that I did a comparison on. It's a market cap comparison. Okay, so in May 2024 and June 2025, it's a snapshot of what the market caps were. pTGC, UFO, and a bunch of tokens that you are familiar with. And this is how pTGC and UFO performed. Notice that pTGC is at the top. All right, just think about that for a minute. Yeah. There's one token in there that I got a little burr under my saddle for, because I got a little argument, not an argument, but I got miffed over this guy. He thought his token is going to do better than mine, and I don't think it will. We got to be gentlemen. He's a buddy of mine. Actually, he's not a buddy, but I want him to be a buddy. And so I threw that one in there just to kind of, so you guys can't tell what all those tokens are, but you can guess. You could, if you're thinking, you're probably thinking about the right tokens. Let's just put it that way. And which one is at the top? And UFO ain't doing too bad either. Where was UFO again? Well, it got beat out by, okay, I'll tell you. PulseX. PulseX whooped the pants off of UFO. That's okay. They're bonded together. So when PulseX goes up, it's going to drag pTGC and UFO up. It's all good. But what about those other ones? Let's get those other ones up too, because they're bonded together. But I don't want to be stuck holding them. I'm having too much fun, guys. I got to quit. Truly. All right. Yep, we already talked about the golden goose. All right, you guys want to talk about positions? Let's talk about some positions, like buying a position. Because some people are going to watch this in the future, like maybe this week, and they'll be like, hey, man, how can I buy a position in these tokens? Let me show you. I have not updated these prices in a minute. Actually, less than a minute. Okay, so pTGC right now is actually 25.56. It's close. It's close. Very close, actually. So a dolphin position in pTGC right now is $7,500. A dolphin position in UFO is, let's call that $1,400. So you can effectively, and this over here, this number right here is 5.45, is how many more times, how much more of the supply of UFO you can buy versus pTGC. So I'm not implying anything. It's just there for your information. You can buy 5.5 times more supply of UFO than pTGC right now. I think, and I do think that UFO is more undervalued than pTGC. All the limelight goes on to pTGC. UFO don't get no limelight. Well, it sure did last fall when it was running up. Oh yeah, man, but it's just UFO. I mean, pTGC is always getting talked about. And that's fine. That's fine. UFO is going to have its day. But you can buy 5 times more UFO than pTGC right now. That's pretty cool. So how do you on-ramp? Check out libertyfinance.com. Check out OX Coast. I got an account with Old Glory recently, switched my banking to Old Glory, got an account at OX Coast, and I successfully onboarded somebody from my bank to Old Glory to OX Coast to PulseChain, straight from OX Coast to PulseChain. And I intend to off-ramp that just in reverse. So that's a way that you can onboard, and there's going to be, we're working on an onboarding video too. Yeah, I got to get working on that. How to buy PulseX. You're going to go to pulsex.com. Once you're on the Pulse network, go to pulsex.com. app.pulsex.com. Let me write this down, guys. Bear with me. Okay. At least I wrote it down. I don't have to think about it anymore. PulseX.com, connect your wallet, and let's say you've got Pulse in your wallet and you're ready to buy pTGC or UFO. Set your slippage up here to, let's say you're going to buy a UFO. 7% for UFO. Leave the auto router on. Swap your Pulse for UFO. Should be down here. Here you go. And go on your merry way. Okay. But just don't forget to reset your slippage back to 1 or whatever you keep it at. Okay. That's how you buy these tokens. All right. Okay. In my opinion. Oh, you can also go to rampnow.io. And there's another one. Actually, if you guys want to check this out, I have not even been here yet, guys. All right, you guys, let's do this together. Let's do this as a group. This Crypto Kong built this. You guys, let's check it out together. I got to share my screen. It's a swap site. It's called tokentrader.win. You connect your wallet. I have not even used it yet. And you can swap. I haven't done it. I'm going to. And apparently it's better than PulseX. Did I just say that? I did say that. Need to wash my mouth out with soap. No, I mean, maybe it is. He thinks it's really good, and he's my buddy. I don't have any reason to think it's not great. But we're probably going to stream this coming Friday and talk about it. Yeah, we'll be talking about it. So we're almost done, guys, like 5 minutes. All right. So where do I think the Grace currencies are right now? I will show you where I think the Grace currency. I got a picture. With PulseChain having done nothing for 2 years, pTGC and UFO having done something in their existence. Strong track record. We just saw all the evidence in my slides. You can see the evidence on Deck Screener. Remember, click to the paired asset, zoom out, and see how these tokens are performing against any big dog assets that they're paired with. Where do I think we're at? What do I think is going to happen when Pulse makes its run? Hold your hats. Hold on to your hats, boys and girls, because this is what I think it's going to be like right there. We're going to drop the clutch, smoke the tires. These machines have not even been put to the test yet. pTGC and UFO, you should jump into our spaces and listen to the founder and listen to all the other guys chat about these assets. We got spaces tomorrow, Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. And just tune in. Listen to people that are very intelligent, wax eloquent about where these tokens are going. I am very excited, very optimistic, and I think we are at the bottom. If you are thinking like I missed it, I didn't get in when it was a $40,000 market cap. Me neither. But the longer I've been in, the sooner I got in. And I honestly think that anybody buying, okay, I'm gonna look right at the camera. Anybody buying these tokens right now is buying at the bottom. I'm not blushing. You're buying at the bottom. Pulse is below SAC price. It's like 25% of SAC price. These assets are going to blow people's minds. in my opinion, and that we are effectively at the bottom right now. So there's no excuse for saying I'm too late. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. If you're excited about the greatest currencies, look into ptgc.com. No, go into secretobank.com what is it? Well, you'll see it up there. And what you do is you will upload your profile picture, adjust it, download your new one, and it'll put a really beautiful gold circle around your profile. And then you upload your new profile picture to Twitter, Telegram, and YouTube. And I just got an idea, but I'm going to wait till I'm done. No, I'm going to write it down now because I'll forget. I think we should have 2 gold circle options. Yeah, I'd like that because my buddy Gugod has a really good looking. I don't know if we should have both of them or just one, but get you a gold circle. You see mine, and upload it to your Twitter, Telegram, YouTube, and that way everywhere you go, everybody knows that you're in the greatest currencies. We have meetings every week, ecosystem walkthrough like this every Sunday and Wednesday, X Spaces tomorrow, and then on Saturdays, and voice chats with the founder on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The Beached Whale, I think have I seen you before? Says, when you buy UFO, do you just hold it? Asking specifically, do you stake it anywhere? No, sir. You can hold it, and that is an effective way to do the UFO. You can also LP it with any RH ticker. And you can see those RH tickers on the DApp, PulseTGC.com, and select a UFO. I think it's UFO token, and you can see all the. What you can do is you can pair some of it and leave the rest liquid. The liquid tokens are earning five times more APY than which is being LP'd. But the LP, when you LP, you get a share rate, a guaranteed, fixed, will not change share rate that we think is going to be highly sought after in due time. Cool. Yeah, you can just hold it if you want. With the thing I like, and by the way, guys, I like to think I'm like I have good self-control and stuff, but I need boundaries too. You're welcome, Beast Whale. And when I have a share rate or when I got locks and stakes, it's like hands off for me. But when I got liquid stuff, it's like, it's tempting. It's tempting. All right, guys, it was fun, and it was real fun. Okay, I'm going to be doing this again on Wednesday. And if you have onboards or you have friends or you want to just jump in again, you guys are welcome. All right, guys. Spaces tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Be there, be square. We'll see you around the block. But if we don't see you tomorrow, just have a great week. See you guys. Bye.